A lot of you out there are experts on the BCS and which football team should get the number one ranking. I'm not an expert on that. I'm an expert on how the world really works. And see, I'm going to go to your calls in 1 minute, but the point is, every issue I bring up, like how they got women into the workforce, forced them into it, now they tax us so heavily, the economy's set up where you have to work, women have figured out it was a scam. Too late now. We've been deindustrialized. We've been set up by the social engineers. But, you know, I say go out and get donkey milk, go out and get goat's milk. You can get goat's milk most places, only some rural areas, and then the really bigger cities that have places that specialize in that have the jackass milk, the donkey milk, which is the very best. The problem is, though, the regulators force them to then pasteurize the goat's milk, pasteurize the donkey milk, and so then babies, it's been boiled, it's been cooked. It's had all the live enzymes killed, and so then most babies can't hold that down, just like they can't hold down cow's milk. Did you know cows don't even release the same type of milk they released 100 years ago from breeding? There was a few percentage points of cows that had a different type of milk, a thinner milk, and it's like blood types. You can go pull it all up, all the specifics. It's similar to that, to where this other type of milk, cow milk used to be a lot better for you than it is now. And I've seen all the major studies on this, pull them up. By the 50s, they made all the major dairies pasteurized. Now, what did that do? Before, you had to make sure the milk was clean. You ever milk cows? I have. You go in there, and at the cow, you're putting the nozzles on there. The cow kicks something over, or cow manure gets into the feed. You got to dump all that milk out. You got to keep all that stuff clean. But with pasteurization, they can just pump the blood, the filth. Oh, that's what there's blood and pus, because they overmilk these cows into there. Then they just boil it all and cook it all down, the manure and everything in there. Like they give you rotten beef now. Their answer is radiate it. They give you rotten lunch meat, starts killing a bunch of people. 5-6 years ago, they say, we'll just spray bacteria-eating viruses. Oh, don't believe me? Google that. Viruses sprayed on meat. Print that for me, Hooge. This computer in here isn't printing for some reason. I want to read that on air before I leave. I'm going to go to your calls. It's just that, see, they won't even let you have that. They won't even let you. But, see, there's one milk supply they can't stop, and that's you, the mother. Though they try to have these lactation classes and threaten the mothers when the nurse comes in when the baby's born, maybe you should put them on formula. You don't know what you're doing, not telling you the baby's weak, and always, sometimes it takes 2 days to nurse, but they're designed to do that. It's a purification process. A lot of studies show they shouldn't even be, other than some colostrum, right when they're first born, be eating for a couple days. They're supposed to lose weight, sometimes 10% of their body weight. They tell you that's abnormal. In some areas of the country, more than half the children are being born by cesarean. See, they're institutionalizing everything where you can't have a baby normally. You can't give them your own milk. It's all social engineering and control. Oh, you just found it instantly. FDA okays bacteria-eating viruses to treat meat. MSNBC, Associated Press, preparation targets microbes that kill hundreds of people a year. What they don't, and this came out in 2006. It's now sprayed on most meats. And they don't tell you is that it's thousands of times higher than the regular amount of these bacteria, of these viruses that normally do kill bacteria. They say it's natural. They don't tell you they breed these in giant vaccine tanks with other viruses and bacteria and have been linked to a bunch of deaths. There it is for you. Everything I say is documented. I remember that article from 2.5 years ago. I have a near photographic memory. All right, let's go ahead and talk to David in Washington. David, thanks for holding her on the air worldwide.
Hey, Alex Jones. Great show, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Hey, I did drink my mom's milk. And
pretty soon they'll say that means you're with Al-Qaeda.
But I did have bacon and eggs, though. It's not too long ago. And so I'm used to
my point is everything we do, the way we speak, everything we believe we are, was implanted into us by the marketers.
Yeah, for sure.
Which are the psych warfare experts. Go ahead.
But I'm the first to admit, I've been pretty dumbed down. But about a year ago, I had
television does that. There are hundreds of studies that watching more than 4 hours of TV above the age of 60 massively increases, 5-fold in one study, 7-fold in another study I saw, Alzheimer's, because your brain mass starts dying at age 30. You start losing about 40,000 brain cells a day. Some studies say 35,000, some say 50,000. But you start losing tens of thousands of brain cells a day, but you have new neural pathways being constantly formed by doing new activities, researching music. But when you just watch and spectate watching television, it causes long-term long-term brain damage. Check it out for yourself. I'm sorry. Google. No, stop. Let's do it again. Google television watching contributes to Alzheimer's. Sorry, go ahead, sir.
No, I believe it. I turned off my TV.
Whereas your mind could be burning with energy and knowledge. Instead, you just watch BCS. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I watch a little C-SPAN. But I am turning 30 next year. But I am. I've been dumbed down, and I've been awakened ever since my stroke that I had a year ago. And I've tuned into you and listened to Ron Paul. And
MSG causes strokes. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't know what it was, really. I don't have too much stress, but anyway, I was calling this to actually have you break down the New World Order, but you've been doing that, and so I don't want to, have you. I guess I want you to do that even more, to break it down even more. But I just kind of have a question, wondering when you think an actual revolt will take place.
Well, see, I meant to get into that today, but it's very subtle. I'm going to cover it tomorrow.
Okay.
The psychological warfare experts have been training us not to have outrage with more and more crazy announcements like mercury's good for you on the news and poison toys from China is good. That's a quote, CNBC. So what if the government's killing children? The head of the CPS in Oklahoma said that the other day. I played it on the show. So what if we're doing, so what if 1.5 million Iraqis are dead in the last 5.5 years? So what if melamine is in 90% of the milk and killing people? So what? See, they're just so what? They're just conditioning people to accept anything right now.
Yeah, totally. It's just like the gospel. I mean, the breakdown of the New World Order, you just can't hear it enough, man. I love it every time you break it down, just for the new.
Look, it's international. It's international private. I appreciate your call. It's international private corporations combining their forces to destroy nations, bankrupt countries, so they can consolidate power. Okay, I mean that's what the New World Order is.